All right, so this is low bear. Okay, so instead of being on his hands and knees, my patient is on his forearms and knees. Elbows are still just below the shoulders or a little bit in front. Hands are open and relaxed, which I love. Then actually you can walk your forearms forward just a little bit for me and rock forward a little bit so that his knees are a little bit more behind him instead of so far in front. You can see that alone straightens the spine out quite a bit. So I'm going to have him look down just a little bit. So that keeps his neck nice and straight there. Then his spine angle is pretty good. I'm going to have him drop here a little. Perfect. And the cue here with the breath, kind of breathing down into the waistband, maybe even down into the back pockets. Ideally, you do feel your breath into your pelvic floor. But I'm going to put my hands around the same area we've been working on with the breath. So kind of this low back to abdominal area. He's getting good, solid expansion in this area. Try to keep the abs relaxed the entire time and just let the belly drop. So that's the breathing component, and his breath is taking his spine that way. And then he's actively going to lengthen his head away from his hips in that direction. So breath is taking the spine that way. He's actively lengthening this way. So he's literally getting spinal decompression in this position, which I really, really like. Let me go here. And then nice and slow, try not to change your spine angle. Go ahead and rock your hips back towards your feet there. Doing a real good job. Pause right there. And then nice and slow, rock forward again. The other thing that a lot of people will do is I want them to keep their shoulders nice and loose. It's easy to shrug the shoulders up towards your neck. Nice. So you're giving just enough effort to keep the space between your chest and the table, your belly and the table, but not any more than that. So we don't want any extra muscle activity. So again, he's keeping length between my two hands, one with the breath, two active lengthening. Then we're just rocking back and forth to continue to get length in this mid to upper back area. I would suggest 3 to 5 repetitions, nice and slow, doing your best to pay attention to the quality. And just like all these other drills, there's a lot of body awareness involved, and I understand that. So that's kind of the challenge, as opposed to working hard in a typical gym situation where you're lifting a lot of weight or doing a lot of reps or holding a position for a lot of time. That's a different kind of work, and that's not what we're going for here. This is a little bit more challenging in a different way, like I said. So with that being said, commit to 2 to 3 sets of 3 to 5 repetitions, rocking back and forth, or you can hold it for time for 30 seconds or a minute or so. And then the rest of your day, you're not worrying about your posture or your breathing, but you will notice within a couple of days that your posture and your breathing are starting to change outside of doing this exercise, because your brain is actually picking up on the correct pattern. And so that's the idea with this one. And again, this is low bear.